Good afternoon, students. How are you all? This is grade 7, your English literature book, and today we are going to do another chapter from this book. So, open page number 34, chapter number 4, Tolstoy on Lincoln. So, students, let's read from here. Tolstoy hailed Lincoln, world's greatest hero. Okay? So, before doing the reading of this whole chapter, let's read this, which is on page number 38 about the author. So, Count S. Stockberg has written this article, okay, and he was a reporter for the New York World. According the paper, Stockelberg visited Tolstoy and asked him to write an article about Lincoln for Centennial of 16th President's birth. Okay, since Tolstoy was ailing, he could not write the articles but provided his opinion on Lincoln. He did not write that article, but he provided his own thinking, his own opinion about Lincoln, and this text is based on that article. So whatever we are going to learn in this chapter, that is a part of that article. Okay, Leo Tolstoy was one of the world's greatest novelists and is best known for his two longest work, War and Peace and Anna Karenina. So now, students, let's continue from here. Visiting Leo Tolstoy in Yasnaya. Yasnaya is a place with the intention of getting him to write an article on Lincoln. I unfortunately found him not well enough to yield to my request. Yield means to give way to demands, request, or arguments, okay, like this. So yield here means the request, okay, it's for request. However, he was willing to give me his opinion of great American statesmen, and this is what he told me. Of all the great national heroes and statements of hero history, Lincoln is the only real giant. Alexander, Fredericks the Great, Caesar, Napoleon, Gladstone, and even Washington stands in greatness of character, in depth of feeling, and in a certain morals power for behind Lincoln. Lincoln was a man of whom a nation has the right to be proud. He was a Christ in miniature, a son of humanity, whose name will live thousands of years in the legend of future generations. So this is how he has described Lincoln, that he was a personality that the nation could be proud of. Okay, we are still too near to his greatness to appreciate his divine power. But after a few centuries more, our posteries means the new generations, okay, future generation. So our posteries will find him considerable bigger than we do. So right now we don't have this much importance, we don't find him this much bigger, as our future generation will consider that. Okay, his genuine is still too strong and too powerful for the common understanding, just as the sun is too hot when its light beams directly on us. So he was like a sun who always heated everyone. Heated means who had given the light. Okay, so he was so positive. Okay, if one would like to know the greatness of Lincoln, one should listen to the stories which are told about him in other parts of the world. I've been in wild places where one hears the name of America uttered with such mystery as if it were some heaven or hell. I have heard various tribes of barbarians discussing the New World, but I heard this only in connection with the name of Lincoln. And what is the New World? New World is the name by which the Americas were referred to by the European during the time of colonizations. Okay, so here the author is trying to say that if you want to know about the personality of Lincoln's personality, then you should learn about his personality by going to the different parts of the world, because in the whole world he is known. Okay, Lincoln as the wonderful hero of America is known by the most primitive nations of Asia, ancient nations of Asia. So he is known everywhere, okay, even in the ancient parts of Asia also. This may be illustrated through the following incidents. So now the incidents are going to be started, which will tell about the Lincoln's personality, okay. Once while traveling in the Caucasus, I happened to be the guest of Caucasian chief of Circassians, who, living far from civilized life in the mountain, had but a fragmentary and childish comprehension of the world and its history. I was received with the usual Oriental hospitality, and after our meal was asked by host to tell him something of my life. Yielding to his request, I began to tell him of my profession, of the development of our industries and innovation, and of the schools. He listened to everything with indifferent, but when I began to tell about the great statements and the great generals of the world, he seemed at once to become very much interested. So after the meal, he started telling something about his life, okay. So he started telling the statement that the great general of the world, he seemed at once to become very interested. He got very interested to listen about his life. Wait a moment, he interrupted. After I had talked a few minutes, I want all my neighbors and my sons to listen to you. I will call them immediately. He was so interested to listen to him, so that he just stopped him to tell something, and he said, I don't only want to listen you, but I want my family and my neighbors also. I want my neighbors and family also to listen to you. He soon returned with a score of wild-looking riders and asked me politely to continue. It was indeed a solemn moment when those sons of wilderness sat around me on the floor and gazed at me as if hungering for knowledge. So they were so hungry, like they were so excited to listen to him. I spoke at first of our czars and of their victories. Then I spoke of the foreign rulers and of some of the greatest military leaders. My talk seemed to impress them deeply. They were so impressed by him. When I declared that I had finished my talk, my host, a grey-bearded, tall rider, rose, lifted his hand, and said very gravely, But you have not told us a syllabus about the greatest general and greatest ruler of the world. We want to know something about him. He was a hero. He spoke with the voice of thunder. He laughed like a sunrise, and his deeds were strong as a rock and as sweet as the fragrance of roses. So the angel appeared to his mother and predicted that the son whom she would conceive would become the greatest and the stars have ever seen. He was so great that he even forgave the crimes of his greatest enemies and shook brotherly hands with those who had plotted against his life. Plotted means planning something wrong, okay. His name was Lincoln, and this country in which he lived is called America, which is so far away that if a youth should journey to reach it, he would be an old man when he arrived. Tell us of that man. Tell us, please, and we'll present you with the best horse of our stock, shouted the others. So others also wanted to know about him. So students, still here I'm stopping my reading, okay. From here you all have to do the reading by your own, okay. So try to do it by your own. And this page is also left to do the reading, that is also you have to do by your own. Next, the work, this one you have to complete by your own first, and the question number 1 in long questions. So you have to complete the 2 questions from this chapter today. So students, complete this work in your book only, okay. You have to complete your work in your book only, so that I can tell you the correct answers in the next time, and then you can complete your work in the notebook. So students, complete your work, do the reading of this whole chapter, and have a nice day.